appointments and recommendations. We actually have 15 appointees coming forward to the Homegrown Minneapolis Food Council. I might not read all the names right here for you today, but you can certainly find those and look at them, and I'll probably be tempted to read them on Friday. We also have 2 appointees coming forward for recommendation to add to our Community Environmental Advisory Commission, and 1 appointment to our Minneapolis Advisory Committee on Aging. Then the 4th item is approving the Neighborhood Revitalization Program policy for the expenditure of funds. This is something that staff's worked on for a long time with neighborhoods, and there were some concerns about unexpended funds, and now we'll have a policy and a process. It's also been approved by the NRP Policy Board before it came to us. And the last item is just authorizing agreements with clinics to implement process and care improvements for hypertension and diabetes management. And I stand for questions on any of those.
All right. Thank you, Councilmember Gordon. I'm not seeing any questions. Next, we have intergovernmental relations. For that committee, we have essentially 2 items. The first is the city, the committee is forwarding our 2016 state legislative policy positions. We have had a few additions, and then often we take a look at our past list of policy positions and make modifications and corrections based on what's happened at the last legislative session. So I just want to encourage folks not on the committee to take a look and make sure you do not have questions on that. And then the second item is we approve the rail safety resolution, which initiated in our Transportation and Public Works Committee, and then directed staff to update our state and federal agendas to reflect the rail safety resolution. Next, if there are no questions on that, next we have Public Safety, Civil Rights, and Emergency Management with Councilmember Yang.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. For Friday, we will have 3 items. The first item is Police Mounted Patrol Boarding Services Contract. Second is the Downtown Council's DID contract amendment for increased summer police enforcement. The third item is a DWI Enforcement Officer Grant Award from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, Office of Traffic Safety. And with that, I can answer any questions.
Thank you, Councilmember Yang. Next, we have Transportation and Public Works with that Vice Chair, Councilmember Palmisano.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have 15 items for your consideration on Friday. The first is the 2015 levy of various public works special assessment projects. Item number 2 establishes the 2016 uniform assessment rate for everything from street resurfacing projects to alley and other uniform assessment rates for work done in 2016. Item number 3 is approving the commercial pricing structure change for our garbage and recycling. Item number 4 is prioritized bridge replacement list for state funding. Items number 5 and 7 are MnDOT variance requests. Items 6 and 8 are 2 road reconstruction projects, one on 38th Street East, the other on West 29th Street. The next 3 are funding agreement details for the Northern Tributary to 35W North Tunnel, a Mississippi Watershed Management Modeling Project, and an agreement correction to the Nicollet Mall Public Art Project. Item number 12 is approving something that we've done a lot of work on with staff, and it's been a long effort, but it's our impound lot improvement project. The last 3 are bids for liquid carbon dioxide, mixing chambers, painting project, and automated meter reading equipment. Happy to answer any questions.
All right. Thank you, Councilmember Palmisano. Next, we have Ways and Means, Councilmember Quincy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. There are 16 items from Ways and Means for consideration on Friday. There are 4 legal related. 3 are, 1 is a personal injury, and then 2 workers' comp claims. The 4th item is the placement of attorneys and law firms on the legal services panel. We also have a contract with Data Systems or DataNet Systems Corporation for the Legislative Information Management System. Or acceptance of a grant from the NEA for Creative City Making Minneapolis, a contract with Minnesota Department of Commerce for weatherization data conversion to a public summary data. There are 4 items related to contract closeouts and amendments related to the convention center. And then there's the tax exempt term loans with U.S. Bank for the Nicollet Mall project, the acceptance of gifts for the construction of the downtown East Commons, contract amendment with Genfo Software, Inc. for the J-Report reporting software, and a contract amendment with Kells Innovation for the Mozart data collection system, and a contract amendment with Systems and Software, Inc. for the utility billing system. Happy to answer any questions on those 16 items.
All right, thank you, Councilmember Quincy. Finally, we have zoning and planning with Councilmember Bender.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have a number of items, 13 items from the zoning and planning report. Item number 1 is a parking area variance appeal at 3515 2nd Avenue South. Item number 2 was an appeal of an FAR variance at 113 East 26th Street. Item number 3 was the appeal of a non-conforming use expansion at Carmel Properties on Pillsbury Avenue South. Item number 4 was the landmark designation of the Spokesman Recorder Building. Item number 5 is the landmark designation of the Anson Brooks Mansion. Item number 6 is a rezoning application at 1313 Chestnut Avenue. Item number 7 is approval of the Loring Park rezoning study with a number of accompanying actions. Item number 8 was approval of applications related to the Weber Park Library, as was number 9, a rezoning related to that property. Item number 10 was a staff referral for a snow storage ordinance update authored by Councilmember Reich. Item number 11 was referring to staff and ordinance authored by the council president related to fence materials. Item number 12 is referring to staff, the Linden Hills Zoning Overlay District. And item number 13 was a presentation by staff. It was a very preliminary presentation of a new tool that CPED, Long Range Planning and Housing have worked on together to map our housing market, which I think will be a very excellent resource for policymakers and staff as we enter into the comprehensive plan update and do some future policy work related to housing in the city. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Councilmember Bender. I'm not seeing questions. And so with that, we have an announcement, which is that the City Council will conduct an adjourned meeting tonight, November 18th at 6:05 p.m. Here in the council chamber for the purpose of conducting a public hearing to receive comments on the 2016 budget. And so we will see everyone this evening. And with that, I believe we are adjourned. Thank you very much. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really great. It was really great. I had never been there. I thought it was. I was telling these guys a little bit about it because we were studying them.